Hi, so my name is Daniela Juric, and I did my journal on the effects of air pollution and temperature on monkey aggression. So how was this study conducted? The study was conducted in Nanjing Hongshan Forest Zoo in China, and they used 90 rhesus monkeys held in captivity and video recorded them for 1 year. And they collected a year's worth of data of social fighting behavior to see whether or not air pollution, as well as environmental effects such as temperature, had any effect on social conflict. And the researchers had predicted that the more polluted the air and the higher the temperature, the more the monkeys would exhibit social fighting behaviors. So, will the monkeys become more aggressive? Are the monkeys going to be more or less aggressive if the air is polluted? Does the cold weather or the warm weather cause them to be more aggressive? And are either of these factors even going to change their level of aggression? So, what is considered aggressive behavior? Social conflict and aggression includes chasing, where one monkey chases another until it escapes; wrestling, one wrestles with another until one of them escapes or gives up; biting, one tries to bite another; scratching, one monkey scratches or scrapes the other using its hands; and fifth is threatening. One monkey warns or threatens another through calling or behavioral display. And so they recorded the levels of air pollution as well as temperature during the duration of the study. And for air pollution during the time of the study, the air quality index ranged from 20 to 307, with the average AQI being 76.3. According to the Nanjing from the data center of the Ministry of the Environmental Protection of People's Republic of China, AQI ranges from 0 to 500, good being 0 to 50, moderate was 51 to 100, unhealthy for sensitive groups is 101 to 150, unhealthy is 151 to 200, very unhealthy being 200 to 300, and hazardous is 301 to 500. And the temperature, of course, was also recorded during the time of the study, and the temperature had ranged from -1 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. And the average temperature was 20.8 degrees Celsius. The daily social conflicts range from 69 per day to 258 per day, with an average of 147.1. So, did air pollution increase aggression? During the course of the study, AQI ranged from good to very unhealthy, and the final results of the study did in fact show that a positive correlation between the increase of air pollution and the increase of social conflict between the monkeys. Did the higher temperature increase aggression? The temperature, however, did not show the hypothesized results. Um, the temperature actually had an adverse U-shaped effect on the social conflict between the monkeys. When it was a day that was lower than 15 degrees Celsius or above 35, the monkeys fought less, and they actually fought the most on days that were between 25 degrees Celsius and 29 degrees Celsius. And so the final results, to summarize: increased air pollution caused the monkeys to be more aggressive towards each other. They fought the most when it was a warm day, but they were calmer on the hotter and cooler days. So why is this important? Scientists believe that there are many adverse effects to air pollution besides what was covered in this study. Not only is air pollution causing these monkeys to become more aggressive, there have also been studies that show evidence of physiological changes like respiratory function impairment and brain development complications. If air pollution is causing signs of aggression in monkeys, what other animals could be negatively reacting to this, and how? The study focused specifically on monkeys, but I believe the next step would be to see how air pollution and temperature affects other species. What would happen if air pollution continues to increase? With the results of this study, I believe that the monkey's aggression would continue and may even lead to the death of the monkeys being attacked. Why is this important? Negative social behavior caused by air pollution might even lead to depression, anxiety, irritation, pain, and discomfort. Is there a chance of there being so much negative behavior that these monkeys no longer want to socialize? And what would happen to this barrel of monkeys as a whole, considering monkeys are very social animals? And maybe we can work on controlling the air quality to help calm the animals and relieve them of any stress the aggression may cause. So how does this relate to us? There was a study conducted in Los Angeles, California, that aimed to see what effects air pollution has on our psychology. They had randomly selected 1,002 citizens and conducted their study over 2 4-week periods, one being in the spring and the other in the fall. And this study was conducted to see if smog had any effect on the participants' depression, anxiety, or hostility. So the final test results actually did not show an increase in depression or hostility. It did, however, show evidence of high levels of anxiety. Although hostility was not increased during the duration of the study, if anxiety disorder is left untreated, it can lead to signs of aggression. It can also negatively affect our mental health and our physical well-being, and extended periods of being exposed to smog can also lead to long-term health concerns, of course. So air pollution and our health. Air pollution is a rapidly increasing form of pollution and is becoming much more serious in rapidly developing countries. Many studies have shown changes to human behavior, physiology, and psychology. In the long term, it has been shown to increase the incidence of heart disease, lung cancer, and hypertension. In the short term, it has been shown to impair human cognition, induce avoidance behavior, and cause psychological abnormalities. Changes to our brain. Beyond the aggression, there has been evidence of physiological changes to these animals. Prolonged periods of stress can lead to hippocampal degeneration, which in turn can lead to excessive cortisol production and eventually death. Not only has this been seen to happen in monkeys, but humans as well. And prolonged periods of stress can also lead to a weakened immune system, leading to a depressed immune response and ultimately higher rate of illness and infection. So this is just an example kind of what would happen when you are exposed to long levels of stress, where this is like a normal neuron versus the stressed out neuron, where it kind of starts to shrink and you lose kind of the learning ability as well as memory. And the more stressed you are, the more your immune system is decreased and the more like you are to get some kind of disease or infection. So the higher levels of stress, the decrease in telomere length, and then decrease in length of life altogether. So air pollution around the world. Air pollution is something that everyone around the world has heard of, unfortunately. The effects of air pollution has been well studied on humans, specifically the effects on human behavior and psychology and health. So we need to work together to try and eliminate air pollution before it gets worse. Changes in animal behavior. I believe that this study is just the beginning of discovering the negative effects of pollution. If animals continue to be exposed to air pollution, what is going to happen to their population? Is their behavior going to change over time? And if so, how? And we have studied animal behavior for hundreds of years. So what are the chances that this new environmental factor is going to change everything we've learned so far? All right, so that's everything from me.